you like videos about mindset, fashion, and all things great, then you need to subscribe to this channel. We are a lifestyle channel, so thank you for joining us. Like, comment, and subscribe.
This week we are once again going to be on our podcast, It's All Connected by the HerCastleGirls. Is that an echo machine? Girls.
Yeah,
that's just an idea.
We are recording our podcast, It's All Connected by HerCastleGirls, and today the topic is all about how we create and sustain a daily meditation practice. Continue to listen on, and we will share what we've been doing to create and maintain a meditation practice. Now, today we are talking about something that I think myself and Telly are very passionate about, and it is meditation practices. And I think that it's really important for people that meditate and have created a way to have meditation as a part of their life. It's important for them to share how they created the meditation practice in the first place, and how they maintained it for not only months but years. And I thought today would be a great day for us to show how we've been able to do that.
I agree with you, Cara, especially with now that the world is pretty much opened up. Sometimes people fall back into their old habits. Even if they started meditating, they may have fallen off the wagon, maybe they stopped journaling, whatever it may be. So I'm really glad we're doing this conversation because it can help people to remember, okay, just because everything's kind of back to normal, let's not forget all the mindful work you did to keep everything up here sane. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be
why I started a meditation practice. I'll start there. So I started in a meditation practice after I started doing talk therapy. I was seeing a therapist, and I had learned a few modalities that were helping me. One of them, emotional freedom techniques, tapping, EFT. I started doing that, and as I learned to do that, I started like investigating.
You got curious.
Yeah, got curious about what else can I do, because I was learning that I truly had the power to control my mind. You know, I was like, okay, stop trying to control your friend's life. Stop trying to control your coworker's life. Stop trying to control things that you can't control, and control what you can, which is your own mind.
That's it.
And so my first sort of jump into meditation came through going to yoga. And there are some yoga teachers out there that will start, their session with meditation and end it with meditation. And I would say that was my first taste. However, I didn't pick up on the fact that I needed to do it for myself until, and I'm going to promote an app here, Headspace was the first app that got me onto, and this was years ago, got me on to meditation, what it truly was. And it started with, it's funny, I could barely go 30 seconds. If you want to know how long 30 seconds is, try to meditate for 30 seconds if you don't meditate normally, and you'll see how long.
You'll see how long it is. It's long. It's really long. It's really long. For myself, actually, along with you, I remember going to the gym with some of you and your friends when you go to do yoga practices, and that's when I got familiar with yoga. That's when I got familiar with meditation. But I didn't really start taking it serious, like most people. You just do it because you do when in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
That's it.
So I just close my eyes and be like, okay, whatever. This is part of the thing, so I'll be a part of it. But it wasn't until I was severely stressed out at work, and my doctor insisted that I go and see a naturopath to help me out. So I went to see the naturopath along with you, and he was telling me, we went through a whole bunch of things that he wanted me to do. And he said to me, Chantel, my real name, do you meditate? And I was like, dude, I don't have time. I don't have time to meditate. I'm a busy woman. I don't have time to meditate. But he was saying, no, I want you to try. So he recommended some YouTube channels that specialize in meditations. YouTube is an amazing library.
It is.
It has so many different meditations if you're just starting out before you get into the apps, and it's free, so why not explore on YouTube? So he told me about a few and I started doing them. And at first I was just doing it because I really wanted to help myself to get back to normal because work was severely stressful. And after I was finished with my job, I found myself still doing it. And I noticed how great I would feel afterward. And I used to have a very short fuse. I was that angriest person. You may not see it, but trust and believe, there's an angry woman living up in here. That angry woman is dead and gone. Hallelujah. And it's all because of meditation.
Yeah.
And then with you showing me, and because of the NLP practices you were doing, and then you were introducing me to more things that had to do with like meditations and time techniques and stuff like that, and then headspace and the insight timer. Oh my gosh, it was like opening a treasure chest.
Yes.
And everything just being like, it was like the Matrix. And I know it's such a silly thing to say because we always say it, but it literally was like being unplugged and being like, oh my god, this is what real life is.
Yeah, and you know what?
It
is like being unplugged because again, we are not taught that we control our own minds.
Right.
We are taught to blame everything and everyone else.
That's it.
For our problems, for what I can't control this, I can't control that, and it's like, but you can control your mind.
You can't control your mind.
You can't control your thoughts.
And that's the sad part. We're going on. We, as humans, we go on as if someone's holding us hostage. Like, no, why are you feeling happy? How dare you feel happy when you know your friend is probably going through a rough patch, but your life is going well? Be depressed to be there for your friend. Can I be there for my friend in a joyful way to lift them up?
The thing is with being joyful or being
why is being
blissful
joyful
or being
bad?
okay is that it's contagious. So if your friend is down, being around them and being okay and being happy or joyful will only infect them and actually help them.
That's what I say too. Because I think it's really sad that we all feel that someone's holding a weapon to our head to say, don't feel happy. How can you feel happy? Look at the state of the world. Look at what's going on in your personal life. How can you be joyful when you see what's going on in your own things you can't control and so forth and so forth?
Well, exactly.
But that's it.
You
can't control. So why stress over something you can't control?
And
just let it go.
That's just one of the many lessons that you learn when you meditate. The lesson of the value of time. The lesson of how time is important. The idea of time ticking away and the idea of feeling joy regardless of what might be surrounded by you.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you need to sustain for your own life, for the people that you love, for your own peace. You have to. We all start meditating because, you know, there is an issue or something at hand.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's always something bad has to happen before you finally say, okay, let me give this thing a shot.
A doctor's telling you have high blood pressure or you're feeling anxiety, stress, and it's messing with your body and it's manifesting in different ways.
That's it.
You're depressed, you're on medication. Different things can be happening. So how did you create a place where you've been meditating now for years?
You know what's funny? I started officially when our doctor told me what to do. At first I just did it because it was like recommended. You know, when the doctor gives you a doctor thing or a prescription, and he tells you take this medication, you take it. He told me to meditate. So I was like, okay, whatever. At this point I was desperate. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, whatever it takes to just get myself back to normal and to calm my nerves and my digestion and all this stuff, I will do. So at first I only did it because I was saying this will heal me.
Yeah.
But when I started getting better and, you know, if things were starting to clear up, I would say like it took me about a month to see like I was doing better. And then I was like, you know what, if I feel all right after a month of doing this, how would I feel if I went for another month doing this? So I did it again. And I continued like giving myself, you know, every day. I didn't do long-term goals because I know that for myself and maybe other humans too, sometimes when you do things long, you know, put a certain date and say, yeah, by 6 months. Sometimes you sabotage yourself.
Right, as we've talked about on this podcast before, sometimes setting too many goals actually sets you up for failure. So yes, continue.
Yes, so I said, okay, if I can get through day by day. And I noticed that because I wasn't thinking of a long-term goal, just going day by day, I kept doing it. And because I kept doing it, I was hungry to say, well, what other apps can I find that have other meditations? And that's when you introduced me to Insight Timer, where my sister, by the way, she's a teacher on there, so you may want to, we'll put links down below.
We'll put links down below, check me out.
Plug. Just saying. But yes, so you introduced me to Insight Timer, and that was just an array of different types of meditations, sleep meditations, walking meditations, and all this. And then that got me, basically what kept me going is that I was so eager to know what more could I get out of meditation, because that brought me to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I love this man. He is incredible. Jay Shetty, Gabby Bernstein, so much people in that space that are just helping people and helping people to heal. And I was just like, I need to be a part of this. And because I got so caught up in it, I was like, wait a minute, I feel weird now if I don't do it. It's like a lifeline now. Right. So yeah, the way how I keep going with it is knowing that this is my lifeline. If I don't do this, I'm gonna revert right back to who I was before. And I don't wanna be that person that I was before. How about yourself?
Yeah, for me, when I decided I wanted to learn more about mindfulness, I was studying, I was doing classes every day.
You were a girl, you were a trooper.
I really just delved deep into mindfulness. And I decided that one of the modalities I wanted to master was meditation and guiding people through meditation. So the good thing is that with me, I learned meditation and hypnosis together. And there is a benefit for anyone out there that ever wants to teach it. There's a benefit with being able to guide people through meditation and having the skill of hypnosis, because they work so well together. When I realized how I was changing, so when I created my mindset meditation practice, I woke up every morning and said, I need to meditate for a minute.
Love that.
Started with a minute, 5 days a week. I gave myself grace on weekends. And then I started to do 10 minutes a day.
Look at that.
I had a boss, he was the CEO of a company, and he used to tell me that he would meditate while he sat on the plane. So if he was flying...
That's a good idea.
And he was one of these people where I remember when he told me that, and when you looked at him, he never stressed about everything. He didn't stress. He was very laid back. He was very clear-headed. He always had time to listen to you. He wasn't quick with responses. He always thought and took in what he heard and would respond in his own time. And I really looked at that and I aspired to have that quality. So when he told me that, if I'm gonna fly from Toronto to, Pennsylvania, I sit on the plane, I sit down, put on my headphones, and I meditate for the entire flight. So if he was going from here to Miami, that's 4 hours.
4 solid hours of meditating.
I
love it.
And I was like, now wonder why he's so zen. And I wanted to get there. So I made those little goals where it's like, yes, I can do a minute. I can do a minute. I can do 5 minutes. And it's like, what do I think about? People ask, what do you think about when you're meditating? I'm like, things run through my mind all the time. But the idea of meditation is to accept those thoughts and then
off they
guide it away into the air.
Because that's it. And I think that's the problem too. I feel that something that's so simple, once again as humans, we can't accept simplicity. We have to make things difficult. If it's not difficult, then we can't say that we overcame something. It's so easy. If you can't control something, just let it go. Why do you feel like you have to be in control of something you cannot control? It has nothing to do with you, my dear. Or what did they say, beloved? It has nothing to do with you, beloved. Let it go.
You let it go. And meditation is about that acceptance and realization. When you meditate and your head is racing maybe with work, that teaches you, wow, you know what? I need to create more life-work balance, because I'm not thinking about the great weekend I had with my friends. I'm thinking about the report that is due next week. Why am I not thinking about the good times that went by? Why am I petrified about what is coming? Meditation allows you to be still, to listen, so that you can take in what needs to be rewired, what needs some fixing, what needs to be rearranged. And that is what meditation can bring to your life. And I always say, when you're starting to practice, don't be hard on yourself.
No.
Do what you can. Don't meditate once a week. Meditate twice a week. If you can only do 5 minutes for the rest of your life, then that is fine.
You'd be surprised what 5 minutes can do, actually.
Right. You don't need to be a monk. Not everyone is going to get to that point where they're meditating for an entire weekend.
Right. We're working on that. That's the next level.
Right? Yeah. Like,
that's the next step.
You know, some people can do that. You're not there yet, or you may never be there, and that is fine. The idea is that meditation allows you to take that time.
That's it.
For you, not anyone else. You.
That's another problem with humanity. We feel guilty taking time for ourselves. Why, y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Being selfish, taking time for yourself, even 5 minutes. You're worthy of that. Why do you feel like, oh, let me just give what's left of my time to other people who don't care about me? Stop it. Even for your family, you're an individual first. Take the time to take care of you, because you cannot help anyone if you're already in a wreck. How are you going to help anybody if you can't even help yourself first?
Exactly. Exactly. So I say, one of the first things you can do is, you can even try meditating without even any guidance. Sit down in a silent, safe space, close your eyes, and just let the thoughts pass through. Let them pass through, and see how long you can do that for. Maybe it's going to be 10 seconds, and that's okay.
That's fine.
And then after that, start looking at how you can incorporate meditation. Some people aren't really good at sitting down in the traditional sense and meditating. So there are walking meditations, as you mentioned earlier. Go for a walk in nature and look at the trees, look at the animals, look at people playing with their kids.
That's it. Look at the sky.
And
watch the clouds move.
And be present. Meaning, no phone. You're not scrolling. You're not answering email.
No.
You are being present. So when you're sitting in the grass, you are sitting in the grass. And you are watching a ladybug sit on a piece of grass. You know, you're watching a butterfly dance through the sky. Like, you're being present.
Present.
And that's what meditation is. That's how it can help you. That's how it helps with the anxiety, the meditation, the sleeping issues you might have.
Yeah.
Sleeping meditations are amazing.
Listen, I get knocked out like a light.
Fall asleep with the headset on all the time.
Right? Guaranteed. It goes without fail. Because it's crazy how much people stress themselves out. They can't even get a proper sleep.
Right. So
that's no way to live.
Yeah, that is no way to live. And these are things that you can do. Again, it's very cost effective.
Yes.
Meditation can be free through things here like YouTube. Things through, for YouTube, I would make sure to go through a practitioner that you know of, you've checked out their website, because meditation is also very sacred and special. I wouldn't just meditate with everyone and anyone. Yeah. And then check out the apps that we mentioned. There is Headspace, there's Calm, there's Insight Timer, which is completely free. And you can find me under Carcia Campbell. And I have a bunch of meditations up there.
So good.
Thank you,
really
Kelly.
good. They're
That's
really
very
helpful.
sweet of you to say. Check me out on there. And there are groups even. I've sat in with where we've meditated in rooms.
Even virtually on Zoom.
Yeah, there are so many ways to get meditation in, and again, it's so cost effective, and it works great with any sort of therapy you might be doing for your mental health or mindfulness.
We hope this helps you guys, because listen, you have one life. Why live it in a ball of stress?
That's all we want for you. That is all we want here at this podcast, is to share the good word of peace, mindfulness, and wellness.
Amen. Yes.
We hope you enjoyed that conversation.
Yes.
Again, meditation is a great addition to what you're already doing for your mindfulness and wellness journeys. So if you have any questions about it, comment down below and we will answer any questions. Subscribe and like this content. We love creating these podcasts for you guys, and we appreciate your feedback.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We hope you have an excellent day, week, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Be safe, be well, and until next time, bye!